Bazio put a post up and I absolutely loved it. He said, you know, a lot of people said I'm not an educator, I'm just a YouTuber. And maybe at one point that's what he did, he YouTube. But in that process, he learned how to educate. He began to engage with his viewership. And the one thing about Bazio, if you watch, he stays with the trends. He also is willing to learn. And this is what helps you to become a really good educator. When you're connected, you're tuned in, you know what's going on, and you're willing to try and adapt to new things. You got OGs that are mad at the younger guys. You got the younger generation that don't respect the old guys. But when you have somebody who's been seasoned for a long time, that has been putting the time in, putting the effort in, you begin to see their education evolve. And you know, yeah, he was a YouTuber, but now he's been traveling he has been for quite some time. You just didn't see it. But he's on stages, he's engaging, he's meeting people. I had the privilege of watching his class when I was in Des Moines. You can see that he has a passion for education. He's not just a demonstrator, he's not just a YouTuber. He's actually giving some really good information, some really good content to people who really want it.
What's up, guys? Yo, shout out to Tyreek Jackson. If you guys don't know about him and you're involved in the barber industry, follow him on Instagram. He does one of the most lit live streams every Tuesday morning at 9:30 a.m. Super informative, and he's an OG in the game, man. So for him to shout me out, man, that was sick. And just to put into context, he was talking about the Las Vegas Barber Expo. We just wrapped that up and it was amazing. So let's go ahead and dissect this cut. This is not me cutting, obviously, because I'm in the chair. This is S Craft Blends on Instagram. And what I've been doing a little bit is kind of featuring other barbers, because I like doing the recording. He's recording in this particular example, but nonetheless we can dissect the way that he cuts hair. And already I can tell you it's a little different from how I cut. I mean, he has the blade open, and typically when I use the blade open, I spread it out more than this. This looks like a ½ inch up, where I usually will tell you guys 3/4 to an inch up. And what it looks like he's doing is just kind of very detailed short strokes, and he's working little by little to blend that panel out, and it works. So, you know, I don't knock it, just like I don't knock, you know, if you a shooter and you wet from 3 and your form looks a little, you know, I'm not gonna change up your form. Shoot the shot the way you feel comfortable, cut hair the way you feel comfortable, and master that and get good at that. So here it looks like he's using the number 0 guard or the 1/16, or if you're using wall, that's the half guard. And he's just going up, you know, he's just going up just a little bit, just kind of debulking it. And I'm sure he'll close it right beneath that, and it'll, you know, buffer out that little bit of a line. So I'm just gonna break down the steps that it looks like he's doing on this back taper, and then we'll do the other side, and I'll let you guys kind of follow along on your own on the other side. Alright, so now it looks like he's using the number 2 open, and on the side I probably have a number 3 already, so that number 2 open is going to blend right in. Underneath that, I'm sure he's going to use the number 2 closed and bring it all together with either the 1 open or the 1.5 guard. Now, if you have a double magnet guard for Andes, a number 1 open will blend right in. Typically, the single magnet's a little tougher to blend that in from the 1 open straight to the 2. But, you know, it's doable. And it looks like the number 2 is closed at this point. And again, he's just working a little bit lower than where he left off with the number 2 open. And now it looks like he put that number 1 guard on there. It's probably, yeah, it's all the way open. And then he'll probably close it as he goes lower, and then and blend it right into, you know, where he left off with the number 0 guard open. And here we go. It looks like it's closed, and now he's starting to now it's all gonna come together. And that seems to be his system. That seems to be the way that he cuts hair. And once he's done with that system, now it's just detail work, and that's typically where quality focused barbers really start to shine. They're in the detail portion of the cut. And here you go, he's detailing, he's got the blade open, and he's using his corners, and he's kind of just feathering out dark areas. And one technique that's interesting that Shannon uses, I think, or S-Craft Blends, Shannon's his name. He works at Headlines Barbershop, one of our locations. So one of the things that's interesting about the way he cuts is he uses his shears, it seems like, to follow it up with every blend. All right, so now he's using the Get Beam cordless compressor, and he's just you can see the line is sharp, the blend is insane, and again, he's not covering nothing up, bro. Like, he's just enhancing the cut. He's just bringing it to another level. I know it's not necessary. A lineup ain't necessary. A blend ain't necessary. But what he did here, he's just, man, it looks crazy. So he is coloring the sides now, because when you do that, it makes the hair look darker, and the contrast, the gradients just pop so much more. So here he's doing clipper over comb, creating silhouette. He's not going too high on the back of my head and rounding it off. And you can see that, look at that blend on the side. Don't worry guys, I'm gonna show you how he blended this side. So again, it's like a number 3 on the sides, and that's what he's doing here. Guys, real quick, quick plug. This is the tour. This is the tour dates. So if you want to take any of the classes, anything like that, that's where I'll be at the next few months. So you can see you can see that list on Tune45academy.com as well. Alright, but you guys know the steps. I'll let you guys follow along, and I'll shut up for a second. All right, so I had to come in on this one. Like, Shannon, I gotta ask you, like, why did you follow it up with? You just used the bronze shaver. Why did you follow it up with the Andes? Maybe, you know what it is? He probably feels like it cuts a little closer than the bronze. He just wants to get it really tight. And now he's using the Wall Seniors to do this blend. And he's got the 1.5 guard all the way open. And I'm sure he's gonna close it right underneath that. But it's interesting. You know what? Shannon is the type of barber that just cuts hair however he's vibing. However he's feeling, what mood he's in, that's how he cuts hair. You could tell he just enjoys cutting hair, using different tools, different techniques to accomplish some blurry blends. This is the number 1 all the way open. So I didn't see him close the 1.5 guard. I think the 1.5 guard was all the way open, and he's following up underneath it with the 1 open. And now it's the 1 closed underneath that. So he's pretty much just blending down. And now he's got his fast feeds with the 0 guard, which I get, you know, that the 0 guard is a better guard than the Wall 1/16. So you're using a better quality version of the Wall's half guard to essentially do the same thing. So he went all the way open, and I'm sure right underneath that he's gonna close it up. Yep, he closed it up. And that should bring the blend together. He'll probably have to come back with the blade open just to buff it out, detail it some. And yep, what do you know? The blade open, and that's gonna buff it all out. This is my first time watching this video, but I know good barbering techniques when I see a blurry blend. So this is a technique I was telling you guys about. He always follows it up with some scissor work just to, I guess, refine the blend a little bit more. And now he's following it up with the Get Beam Cordless Compressor, and again, the blend is crazy, and the cut doesn't need it, but this is gonna make it next level. I like it. Sheesh. That's clean. That's clean. Y'all gotta show Shannon some love. Hit him up on Instagram, all that. Let him know in the comments that this man is a monster. So there's the back taper, there's the side taper, and I left my front hairline natural this time around, but there it is.